Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Standards Flag Edition from Art of Play. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And ring the bell.
So this latest release in the Art of Play Standards Edition is the fourth release. It is called the Flag Edition, and as you can see, it is mimicking the British flag. It is part of an unspecified print run printed by USPCC on their premium crushed stock. Retails for $15. So I really like the way they kind of combine the three colorways of the original, the red, the black, and the gold standards into this fourth edition here. It really highlights what we've seen in the past and bringing it all together in a whole new kind of approach. Obviously, the other standards were obviously by no means standard, but they were much more plain and color oriented than this, which brings a flag theme to it. It has beautiful foiling across the entirety of the tuck. I think the substitution of the blue in the flag for the black really was a phenomenal job. It makes the deck kind of pop in an interesting way. And I always love the amount of detail that goes into even like the tuck flap and the inner tuck on this deck.
So the lion in this deck is ridiculous on all
Yeah.
four of them. It's just so iconic.
It really is, and they've done such a phenomenal job building this out into a standard of brands. The back design on this just looks beautiful, obviously mimicking the colorway on the tuck with the gold foil replaced for like a yellowish kind of ink there. You have
Beautiful fan.
yep, you have the two similar thank you. You have the two similar jokers there, the only difference being the one has a red coloring on the text, the other has a black. The standard ace of spades there for the standards line. But I love the intricacy and the different styling of the pips for this deck. So all of the courts are British royalty. And then you see one of my favorite things on any deck is the large pips, central pips for the aces across the board. Even that metallic ink on this just like pops so well. Everything about this deck is classy. Now I
Yeah,
think
Cantrell crushes it every time.
really does, and I think when they tried to set this deck as a new standard for playing cards, they did a phenomenal job. They put so much attention to detail into it. They put so much work and effort into what it would ultimately feel like, but also look like. This deck lacks for nothing in that capacity. It handles beautifully being on that USPCC crush stock. It looks beautifully. It's visually appealing, but at the same time, it's not so outlandish that you couldn't use it for Magic as well. I love
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a conversation deck. If you pull that out, people are going to look at it and they're definitely going to talk about it. I love that the diamond effect on
yeah,
that fan in the corners.
they really did a phenomenal job with the fanning elements on the back there, and I think it's really cool that the deck itself just, they always have those two ad cards in the back that vary from their decks. The DKNG wheels have a different style of ad cards, but they always have those two ad cards in the back that kind of really are vintage style ad cards, which I really appreciate because a lot of times now you
Yeah,
see like a blank back or a color change back, where in here you just get all the details about who designed the deck, what went into the deck, who was involved in it. It's really cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So another great release from the Art of Play standards line. For anyone who's interested in these, they are a phenomenal deck. You can pick them up from Art of Play or your favorite playing card retailer. Make sure to check those out. They are likely part of a limited run to some extent, though we don't know the print number on it, so better to get them sooner rather than later. Thanks everyone for checking out this episode of Deck Specs. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We drop these every Tuesday and Friday, so keep an eye out.
Please.